Hello, my name's Ellie, and I usually go by RD Ray or RD Ray online, and I thought it'd be fun to make a new video today, just kind of reviewing the first month in my Hobonichi weeks. Last year I used a Hobonichi cousin, so it's been a bit of a rocky transition for me, especially because I moved into a house at the same time that I was moving into this, and so I wasn't really using my old planner super consistently, and so getting back into it in a new planner was difficult, but I do think it's working well so far, and I'll just give you all a little flip through. I do have a video of me opening these One Piece themed Hobonichi items. Should be the last video on my account. If you are interested, I did not edit that, so there's plenty of background noise and just my pure uncensored reactions. So be aware of that. I don't think I cussed too much, but I think there might have been one or two. And my husband's talking, my dog is there, so it's a loud video, but it was fun. Pure reactions. And today you might hear my dogs running around again, but I'll just get started. In case you didn't watch the other video, this is one of the One Piece Hobonichi covers. I can't remember what it's called, but this one is the underwater one, and then last year they had a sky one with the other One Piece ship on it. And then when I open it, this is a picture of me, my husband, and one of our dogs. I have Robin's eyes from one of the other Hobonichi items, which is this like eyes note card thing. It's really cool. I don't really know what to use them for other than this, and I have one I'm using as a bookmark. Maybe I'll like hang them up somewhere or something. I don't know, but we'll see. I have them so I can do whatever I want. And then I have, if you're into One Piece and you haven't looked at their trading cards, they are really fun to open and they're really pretty. Like this one, Nico Robin, is obviously my favorite. Because I chose the eyes too. That's why it's out. Anyway, I finally got a Nico Robin card. I'm always looking for her when I open these packs, so I had to put it in here. And then I'll skip to the back real quick. I do use the Hobonichi pen, and I just keep it on the side. And then I never have to look for a pen. Let's see. In the back, I don't think I could show what's in here, but it's just one of these little papers. I have this, I don't know what to call this, but it's just a piece of paper that shows One Piece and Hobonichi collaboration. So I just taped it in here because I really liked it. I didn't want to lose it. I have another One Piece card for Nami, who's another one of my top characters. And then I have another one of those little papers, and it's just Nami again. And I picked this pack of papers instead of the one that came out this year, because this one is the one that came out the year before, simply because of this picture, because this is the scene that made me decide I had to watch all of One Piece. Fun fact. Anyway. Oh, the last fun item real quick is the pencil board. I'll go ahead and get that out of the way. Okay. So, here I have, this is some ideas for colors I could use around my house, because we are now homeowners, so I was just kind of brainstorming. The only one that has really truly stick so far is pink for my office, which is not completely put together yet. There's pieces of furniture, like shelves I need to like finish things up, but I'm thinking when I do, I'm going to show it off because I've always wanted a dedicated office art studio space. So Hopefully that'll be a video. This is just something I did bored at work and I thought it looked really cool. These are the categories I split my to-dos into. I kept forgetting them, so I wrote them down here. And then I will talk about this in a little bit. I don't really use these pages. I don't really have a good way to. If anyone has a fun way that they use these calendars, it doesn't require too much extra work, I would love that. And then for this, I'm tracking, I want to see the way my period cycle affects my motivation and my anxiety levels. So I haven't really tracked anxiety on here. I don't think I've had like a very specifically bad anxiety day, but I did December 23 over here, since I'll probably switch planners. If I use a week's again, I would switch planners to a new one in December again, so it doesn't matter. So I just decided to use that. The red dots would be days that I am on my period. The down arrows are days that my motivation is really low, and usually anxiety high, but I'm not gonna necessarily say that, but motivation really low, I'm feeling really down. And then the days that are up are days that I'm sitting here and I'm like, wow, I am on top of the world. I could do literally anything right now, and I feel amazing. And so far, I think this is a really interesting tracker. I'm definitely gonna be excited to see it all filled out, because I think that'll help me plan to be my most productive. Because if I realize that, every time it's like 10 days before my period starts, I'm feeling down, then I can mark that like estimated day and be like, hey, you might want to plan a chill day. So have high hopes for that one. And then we have the monthlies. These for me are always really, really simple. If there's a day that there's something important that I need to remember, I write it here. I don't write anything on my weeks until it's that week and I'm planning. So this is my future planning. This is where I will reference anything and everything. So it's pretty straightforward, I think, in that way. Like, I knew that I would be closing on my house on this day. So when I came to this week to plan it, I'd be like, oh, right there. And then I'm going to see my extended family on this day for Christmas, that kind of thing. I put these here in case I wanted to get ahead on art, but that didn't really happen because I was unpacking this whole time. And then this is what this month looks like. I'm trying to get more back into posting online, like this video, and I post more usually on my other socials, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, and I have a Facebook, but it's mostly family that follows me on Facebook. I'm hoping to also post on TikTok more again. So to help with that, I've come up with more of a social media plan that I think is reasonable enough to keep up with. Generally, I'm doing a small post on Wednesdays and a big post on Saturdays. And the only time that changes is some of the characters I like from different animes. I'm going to pick 3 for each month and draw them and post them for their birthdays. So then that would cancel out the bigger post for that week, because it's going to be this one. And that way I'm not putting too much pressure on myself to do too much, because I tend to have eyes bigger than my stomach in a way when it comes to art projects. And I'm doing all of this on top of, I don't want to say secret project I've been working on for over a year, but just a very long project that I'm finally getting close to finishing. So I'm hoping I can still keep up with it all. We'll see. If you don't see a post on one of these days that's listed, just don't say anything. It's fine. I am doing my best. That's my goal for this year. Is doing my best. And then the rest of the months are, as of right now, just birthdays. Let's see. So going to the first week, I actually forgot until like really late on this day that it was actually the start of my planner. So I got really excited and just did a bunch of things, and I put some of my planner stickers in here. I have not remembered to use planner stickers since, but I have plenty. So maybe I need to write in my planner to use planner stickers next week, or I guess I could go in after and use some. And so the general idea here was like anything that I want to get done on a specific day goes over here, and then my to-do list that I wanted to carry over from my cousin is split between things I need to do at my desk, things that need to be done around my house, things that need to be done that I have to leave my house for, and things like time-specific events that I need or want to have done. And so desk, home, errands, and events is just how I label those. And that works really well for me because if I'm at my desk, I don't really want to get up and move around, so I'm less likely to do these. And if I'm leaving, I would like to get as much done outside of the house as I can at one time. And I was having a little bit of trouble keeping up with everything. I think I crossed everything off on the list, so like the list was getting done, but it felt really redundant over here. I didn't even use it on Sunday. So I kind of tried, to split it up here again, but I feel like even if I split it up here as like a brainstorming, I was only referencing this side. So it was kind of like, how can I use these in different functional ways? I need the brainstorm because I get overwhelmed just looking at the giant list by itself. But if I'm just looking over here, then I'm like, oh, what else do I need to get done as a whole? And then I look over here. So I'm still trying to figure that out, but I think this is where I really started to be like, oh no, how is this gonna work? And I taped this in like way after this week because this week was so boring. It's just, I had a note on one of the ones that had Sanji and I just cut it out. And then this one, I feel like is not used at all. I think I was having a rough week at work. I tried to do a little, I'll do 1 box a day for unpacking and I'll come in here and cross it off when I'm done. But I literally didn't unpack any boxes. I didn't come over here to check to see if I had done it. It did not work. And obviously I barely did anything on this week, and it kind of just stressed me out. And I didn't like how large these were. I don't have space for anything else. So on this week, I decided to try doing just a half to-do list and have an idea space so I could brainstorm art things, art concepts, something like that. So I did write down one, but it didn't happen often enough. I think I need to come up with like a specific day, time kind of thing for brainstorming. But I did like the little color coding. So I worked this day, I was off this day, and I worked these 2 days, and then it was Christmas. So I could visually see really well what I was doing on each day. So I liked that. So I was like, I need to play more with color coding. Otherwise, I think everything is still kind of the same. And then this day, this week, I think I started vibing a little bit more. Not everything is crossed off, but most things are. This was not a necessary one. It was just kind of a reminder to, hey, spend some time for yourself. And so, not getting crossed off isn't great, but it's not terrible. And then these two I could carry over to the next week pretty well, so that's not bad. I have trackers in the back of the book I can show in a second, but I thought maybe if I do it here, I'll actually reference them more, but I ended up having to flip to the back of the book to do budget stuff anyway, so it just felt like kind of a waste to do it twice, so I stopped using it. And then my best friend recommended I do some manifestations for the new year because 2023 was rough for me, and I have a goal to work on self-confidence throughout 2024 because it took a big nosedive in 2023, which I won't get into, but she was like, just write everything down. It's the last full moon of the year. You gotta take advantage of it. So I tried. And then the highlights on Tuesday through Saturday is actually related to what I said I would talk about later. This Monday through Friday work and Tuesday to Saturday art. So I'm attempting, at least for the first few months of the year, having a work week for art as well, because like I said, I tend to have eyes bigger than my stomach. I take on more work than is reasonable, especially because I do work full-time in a medical related job, so it takes a lot out of you. Even if I'm clerical, I'm not clinical, but I work in a very high stress job, and so sometimes it's difficult to keep up with everything. So my solution for right now that I'm attempting is Monday through Friday, I have to do my normal 7:30 to 4:30 job, and I leave a little early on Fridays. And then Tuesday through Saturday, I'm responsible to work on art projects and try to keep up with my ambitions and expectations for myself. But then on Sundays, there's no expectations for me. I do not have to feel guilty about not doing anything productive. If I want to do art, then I can do art. That's my choice. But if I don't want to do art, I don't have to. And the same thing for Monday nights. So that gives me one weekday that's stress-free, and Mondays are usually pretty difficult, so I like that. And it gives me one day of the week that I can be completely selfish. So it's been nice so far. It's been a little weird with the holidays. It hasn't exactly worked out that way, but I'm going to keep trying it at least for the first quarter of the year. And I'm hoping that that kind of schedule, routine, balance kind of puts me on a path to be more productive in the end, even if I'm only just scheduling days I don't have to do anything. And I really, really enjoyed the way this week looked. I like how perfect these squares are. I like how it has some color, but it's not too much. And I was just very excited and wanted to continue this, except this part down here, I obviously didn't want to continue this. I didn't like it, so I liked the note taking, but I didn't exactly know what to do with it. So for this week, I just kind of played around. I don't think I like having all highlighted lines over here for this week, but I still like the perfect squares, and I like the highlight here, all the other highlights. So I think I'll do the black lines like I did over here, but then everything else I think I'll continue. I also added, since I'm going to be more diligent about posting and creating, I added a due date and post date column right here so that they can stick out from everything else that I have to do. And the other thing that I added, because as I mentioned, I didn't really know why I should write things twice on both sides. So I'm still writing it twice because I want the brainstorm of like, I could do this on this day and this on this day, and I'll be able to get everything done. But by using the color coding that worked for me in the past, I know that if it's red, the idea is I could potentially get it done on this day. But if I don't, that's okay, because it's not set in stone. I could push it back. I could not look into a new vet today, and I could go grocery shopping instead and just switch it the other way around, and that's perfectly fine. But I can't move around my friends visiting for New Year's Day. I can't move around what my pay date is. So those are the ones that are in black. Those are set in stone. I can't adjust those. And same with the due dates, except technically if I'm late, I'm the only one that's gonna know. And then under my to-do list, I put my favorite lyric this week because I always have a song that I'm like obsessed about. Sorry for the break there. My husband so rudely thought he could enter his own kitchen. Anyway, I was talking about the favorite lyric section here. It's really long because I'm kind of obsessed with this whole song right now. So I just did a whole section. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's This Is Me Trying by Taylor Swift. So if you know the song, you know the song. It's from her Folklore album. I personally didn't listen to Taylor Swift much between Lover and Midnights. I tried, I just didn't vibe with it at the time, but I'm starting to really like those songs. And I think it's like the universe just wanted me to find those songs when it was the time that I would relate to them and like appreciate them. Because this song just hits me to my core for how my 2023 was, and it's just like it was written for me. And I think that's why people enjoyed Taylor Swift so much, is they like, or any songwriter, like people who write really deep songs, is like if they hit you in your soul like that, it's like, how did you know? And so I wanted to commemorate that. And I don't know, maybe I always have some little hyperfixation in the back of my mind, so maybe I'll just kind of commemorate in this section whatever thing I'm kind of obsessed with. And I think that will be really fun to look back on and really be a lot easier to fill this space than it has been. Let's see. Oh, I have a key up here, I forgot, for the shirt and the plaid. Okay. And then obviously everything else is pretty empty. We've only gone through December. And then I'll go back into my notes pages. Okay. So the goal was, the idea was I would buy the 2024 Coffee Monsters Co. stickers and put the month name right here. I'm hoping to still do that. That's why I haven't put anything, but I haven't ordered because I'm lazy and cheap. So I have my habit tracker right here, which is super slim because I was just trying to get back into it. I'm hoping to do a bit stronger for January. So far, not yet, but hopefully by the end of the month it'll all be full. I didn't fill a single day this past month, but that's okay. And then this, I won't show too much of because I didn't necessarily ask my husband, but it's my budget. We break down like our income, our expenses, and where our current debts are at and what we want to spend our money on throughout the month. And I track each transaction and how much we have left for each different category, because if I don't, we both forget what's going on and we just don't have any good handle on our money. It has worked for the past year. It let us have enough money to put a down payment on a house, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And I was really happy we had these note pages in the weeks because I used to do that in a separate book, and it was getting old keeping all these books all the time. But I'm pretty sure that is everything to go over. I overall am really enjoying the weeks. It has been a bit of a rough transition, but it was nice to kind of talk through it and analyze how this last month has gone. I think once I work out the little problems I'm having, it's going to be a really great setup for me. I really wanted something simplified that I could do quicker and then move on to other things that I need to do. And I really think that this is good for that. And I don't have to, I feel like I don't worry too much about it being pretty anymore. It's fine if it is, but it's fine if it's not. It fits so perfectly in my purse to take to work. That's like a little small thing. This right here has my wrist brace in it too, but see, like, this is my AirPods case, so that's a good size reference, I think, for how small this purse is. And this just fits right in there, and I just take it with me everywhere. Even if I don't reference it, when I do need to, it's right there. And sometimes I just show it off to show it off. So I've been having a lot of fun. I think that the progression with this is going to be really good and really interesting, and I'm excited to see how everything goes. I also would love to hear how you use your weeks and just ideas for mainly, different ways to use this page right here, or any of it really. I would love to talk about it. I would love to hear video ideas. I'd love to I used to have some art creation videos on YouTube. I'd love to do that again if anyone's into some art. I'd love to make more planner and journal related content. So just please let me know, and I'll try to be back soon with another video. Bye!